So, dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. So focus to this bell sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to share some basic information for yourself to build up a very clear, good spiritual foundation for yourself. So our purpose is just bringing the tools to the table and give an opportunity for yourself to work with it and have some kind of experience. Otherwise, you no need to believe or you no need to just follow us. You have to get this information and work yourself and see how it works for you. So that's how you can build up a self-wisdom, self-knowledge through the practice. Otherwise, just by listening, just by reading, just by watching, just by knowing, thing doesn't work. We know it ourselves. Already we have enough knowledge to understand that. And sometimes even in our life, what we think doesn't work. So then we need some kind of deeper knowledge and understanding and wisdom to recognize about the life and how these things happen and where are we heading and what is the best we can get out of the moment and the situation, and how we can transform to more higher level or to become more better people for ourselves rather than becoming a bitter person. So if you don't cultivate yourself, that bitterness going to grow in you. So that is the very nature. So then how we can develop this cultivation inside us, where we can get nourished, and through the Dharma, we gain the wisdom, but at the same time, when it comes to yourself, there are certain things within yourself also you can use to become a more better person, rather than becoming a bitter person. So then, today we are going to talk about how we can cultivate healthy emotions within us. So that is very necessary, because when it comes to our life, we are very emotional people. And from the nature, as human beings, more than any other animals, we are more into emotions. We more depending from emotions, we more develop emotions, we more go with emotions. So without emotions in this ordinary life, it is not easy for us to have a comfortable life. And even the socially, there are certain validations for our emotions. So then yourself, if you go with that emotions, what will happen then? You're just going to end up becoming just ordinary person. So is there any way on the way, just keeping the emotions and go with the emotions, but at the same time, you transform it to something? It's a kind of like emotion to intelligence. And another way is you cultivate the emotion to more healthy way to become more profitable. So how you can do that? So that is where this loving kindness meditation comes. So there are 4 things. It's called Brahma Vihara. That's the Brahma Vihara is kind of like more deeply heavenly conditions. That it's like when it comes to the God, when it comes to the divine beings, what the condition that they have within themselves. So this Brahma Vihara are bringing that. So when it comes to that, the very first thing is the loving kindness. So the loving kindness, we always, it's a kind of like think ourselves and at the same time think about others. It is more stronger than just doing a physical action, having the loving kindness, because it deeply go to the intention. It is more higher than giving a gift. So as you know, this is the holiday season, and the people from Thanksgiving to Christmas, this time period, and then the New Year, people share gift. And most of time you spend the time with family, and you more bring new material things to your life and give material things to others. But behind this all, your intention is very important. Just giving something doesn't make any change. And just offering something doesn't bring the satisfaction. And we can share many things, nothing wrong with that. Of course, we have to do it. But you have to remember, more than the face value of the material things, the intention you carry behind your heart is stronger. And then if that intention is very weak, or if you don't have the very clear mindset with the deeper loving kindness or the compassion, if you have a very mean, angry, unhappy mind, even though that you buy very expensive material things and give as a gift, it doesn't make any change end of the day. So that's why it is every day, 24/7, every day you have to remember. So we live with emotions, and when we always be somehow happily or unhappily, likely or unlikely, intentionally or without any intention, we interfere with other people, other things. So then having loving kindness is very important. So in the very first level, you have the loving kindness regarding yourself, and may I be well and happy. And you can think about others, may other person or whoever the person be well and happy. And thinking about their happiness, thinking about their health, thinking about their success, and wishing them the good, and change deeper intention inside you. And it will heal your heart, and not only that, it will bring the comfort to other people also. We all are hurt people. We all have the broken heart. That is the very nature of this life. Through this, from childhood to today, we go through many situations, knowingly or unknowingly. We come to many situations, interference, and that all the relationships or the friendships or the connections not going to end up being 100% successful. Why? Because each and every person different, each and every situation's different. Each and every person has their own way. So we have to understand it and we have to accept it. So then this loving kindness, rather than having the anger, disappointment, hatred, envy, fear, so it is better you bring the more healing method to yourself. Rather than reflecting on that, you start to reflect on, may I be well and happy. May other person or may all living beings be well and happy. So that way, deeply change the intention in deeper in your heart. Maybe when you don't do that things, what will happen by the time in day-to-day life? So your mind always with thoughts, maybe unpleasant thoughts, angry thought, disappointment, and maybe you keep reflecting whatever happened many years back. So it's kind of like you developing a river of thoughts, and then by the time it start to overflow, you have no power to hold it. So then now what you can do, you change that emotions pattern, and you always develop this, you replace these thoughts, loving kindness. And you always reflect on that, hold it to that. And then by the time what will happen? Your river of this loving kindness start to overflow. So that will bring the happiness and satisfaction to yourself and to others. So that will help us to transform from demon to angel. So it is not just by thinking yourself. You have to have some kind of practice development inside you with the deeper intention. We go to the roots level, we go to the foundation, we go to the depth of the thought and change it there. So that's what you need. So in the very first level, so when you cultivate your heart, so when you develop the loving kindness, that is what happened. So the next one is the compassion. So another way it's called the karuna. So the loving kindness is metta, and the compassion is the karuna. So the karuna is it's a kind of like wishing others overcome their suffering, wishing others overcome their failures, wishing others overcome their unhappiness, wishing others overcome their fears without any bias. So that is a quality that you develop yourself. Why we need that? Because from knowingly or unknowingly, from the samsaric journey, we have a kind of like a thought pattern we carry within us. We don't have that compassion in us. When we see someone sometimes, when we see the suffering, when we see someone in pain, when we see someone in fear, when we see someone in failure, sometimes deeper in our heart, we wish them to fail. So as example, and nowadays this soccer World Cup happening, and each and every country wish themselves to win. And while we themselves to win, what happened? When the other players, the opposite side, play that 90 minutes, we have a wish themselves to fail. See, that is what happens. So when we wish for someone to win, but at the same time, other side, and somebody else, play, and they will win, and then they will go home. But you are here cultivating, unhealthy emotions inside you. Why? Because that all 90 minutes, you had the wish to fail someone, and you're going to sleep with that thoughts. So you know what happened out of that, when you build up the higher emotions with that higher intention, it doesn't matter negative, you start to bring that negativity towards you. So when you wish someone to fail, what will happen? You are going to end up being failed. So that's the nature of the world. It is not somebody doing it to you. So then maybe it's not going to happen today, but in the future somewhere, it will affect for you. So then that day, you start to blame to others, and you start to fight with others. And then you say, why it happened to me? Because somewhere, someday, somehow, for someone, you had the wish to fail. So that's the thing. So then you have to be very careful about your thoughts. What you think you become. Whatever the thoughts, that decide your destination. Whatever the thoughts that you hold, become your heaven or hell. Not somebody decide. So then it is, you have a great opportunity. So that's why the compassion will help you to get out of this, all the mess that happening, all the negative things happening within us. So then from now, remember always, doesn't matter whoever, a skillful person should win. That should be your wish. Whoever the smart person should, go forward. Whoever the skillful person should receive the place. So that way, once you have that understanding, you become more calm, relaxed. So then have the compassion, and in deeply, there are a lot of people suffering. And when it comes to that suffering, the physical suffering, social suffering, and the mental suffering, and people suffer because of lack of knowledge, because of the ignorance. And everywhere we see, in many, many ways, people are suffering. Not only the people, even the animals, these seen, unseen living beings, always in a struggle. So they have the compassion towards them. to get out of that suffering. Why most of time people suffer? Because they don't have enough wisdom. They don't know how to do and what to do. So once they have the wisdom, they will get out of that suffering, unsatisfaction, failure, fear. So then the compassion means you have the wish. And not only that, when you develop that wisdom to certain level, by bodily, verbally, mentally actions, you are capable to help them to get out of that pain or the unsatisfaction or the suffering or the failure. So that is how you develop your life. That's how you contribute your life. That's how you share your life. So that way, you transform yourself. So then anymore for yourself, you're not going to receive that negative kind of thoughts to yourself. Why? Because in your heart, you don't have it. You don't wish for anybody like that. Then you're not going to get it for you. So remember always, what you wish for others going to come to you. That is, period. That is, it's a kind of like, crystal clear truth. So then look into your heart and see day-to-day life, knowingly or unknowingly. When you think about others, what is in your heart? So if you are capable to understand that, your life going to become more beautiful and successful from here to forward. So that is a kind of like a part of the meditation, seeing your heart and purify it with this kind of qualities. So it is not you resisting, you transform that whatever that negative, you not allow that negativity to be there. So otherwise, if you don't cultivate this kind of good qualities, what will happen? By the time, all the negativity going to be there. That is very normal. So then the compassion. And the next one is the mudita or sympathetic joy. So the sympathetic joy means the opposite, the other side of the compassion. So that means, so the compassion means when someone in suffering, when someone in pain, when someone in fear, when someone in failure, you wish them to get out of it or overcome it. So the sympathetic joy means whoever overcome that suffering or the unsatisfaction or the failure or the fear, now already in success, already in happiness. So you wish them to maintain it without being jealous towards them. So whoever successful, when you see them, you wish them to enjoy it, continue it. When whoever have the happy life, when you see that, you wish them to continue that happiness, continue that satisfaction, continue that freedom, rather than becoming jealous. But you have to be very mindful, because the thing is, through the samsaric journey, knowingly or unknowingly, through many situations we went through and we mastered the jealousy within us. So now it is a kind of like a deeper inside us unknown energy. So it can happen very easily without any reason. So then what will happen? Wherever you go, whatever you see, without any reason, sometimes you get jealousy. So then be clear from yourself now. So have the sympathetic joy, whoever enjoy life, whoever in success, whoever do something better than you, whoever in a good position, wish them the best to move forward, to become more better or maintain that happiness or the success or the satisfaction. So by the time, as a result of that, what will happen? So this is the very important psychological, the benefit that you gain. Remember, when you don't have the jealousy towards anybody, no one can have the jealousy towards you. That's the thing. But you have to remember why other people are jealous about you. Maybe you are very innocent. You don't do anything. And you say, oh, I am very innocent. I didn't do anything. Why these people come behind me? Why they do it to me like this? Maybe this is only one reason, not the exact, but maybe in the samsaric journey, you have done the same thing to somebody. Without any reason, you had the jealousy. You gave a hard time. Now this is the time. Come back it and hold you. So then remember, this is a very good time for us to be very clear ourselves. No more jealousy. Whatever the other people do, and you wish them the best. Another thing is this. Being jealous, it doesn't make any sense. Why? Because whatever other people does, we can't do the same. You can't be that kind of person. You are the only one person can do whatever you do. So if anybody do whatever the best way that person can do, that is the only person can do like that. So you can't be like that way, and no one can be like you also. So then you no need to be afraid about you, and then you no need to go behind others also. Only thing is focus to yourself and develop your abilities. So wish them the best, and that way what will happen, you start to receive the best. So then that way you are capable to develop yourself more and more and more to a higher level. Sympathetic joy. Never ever have. Sometimes, that when you work with other people, maybe you keep hoping, you think that you are the one who need it, and maybe somebody else get it. So it's hard for you, but wish them the best. Why that person get it? Maybe there is a reason. He deserves it. So let that person to have it and wish them the best. Don't go behind it. Don't have the jealousy. Don't get mad about it. Don't get angry about it. Wish them the best and just start to do yourself and focus to yourself, develop your abilities. So by the time you will get what you deserve. So that way, you will understand deeply something about this life. That what is in our mind or whatever we think doesn't work, because the intention is the strongest part. Things happen according to the intention. So the intention is not sometimes on the surface level of thoughts. You may not see the intention. So seeing the intention is the fourth one is equanimity. And understanding this nature will bring the ability to keep the balance within yourself when things go up and down. Not to go behind it and keep your balance. And thanking kindly towards other people and towards other things, you are capable to keep your balance. So that is a kind of like a equanimity that you develop to yourself, to have the peace, compassion, and deeply that satisfaction. So in that way, you're not going to have this very crazy mind. And the other thing is, when you have the equanimity, you get out of this judgment, this judgmental behavior sometimes take us to different situation than we think. And in the Western world, the, in the society, it say like, reasoning and rationalizing. So that's kind of like you get into the equanimity, you reasoning with the rational mind. So, and when it comes to this up and down in our life, once you know this nature, that's everything change. And everything is nothing to do personally with yourself. Things happen according to the cause and effect. So in that way, deeply, you are capable to go with the situation, and it make you more humble. You become more flexible. You start to adapt to the situation. You become like the water. So that is what you need. So in that way, if you can maintain these 4 qualities within yourself, that all the emotions start to transform to a kind of like a profitable way. And that profitable emotions, and by the time, help you to nourish your wisdom. And that way, your journey going to become more and more and more successful. And remember other thing, we all go this journey ourselves. And when we go with us, and knowingly or unknowingly, we start to meet the people. So without people, without community of Sangha, we can't go this journey. And we don't know how far we have to go. Maybe we are capable to, you are capable to end this all within this life. And maybe you may go for another few lifetimes. Or maybe we have to go many years, lifetimes. It's okay. But the thing is, do you have the right tool set to work with yourself? So these 4 qualities, if you develop within yourself, loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and the equanimity. So if you keep working with these things, what will happen? So whatever the situation, wherever the place you live, whatever the community of Sangha around you, and you are capable, that doesn't mean that you're going to get nice things. No. Even whatever the things that you get, maybe very hard people come to you. And people start to give a very hard time. Very mean people you will meet. Very difficult people you will meet. But now you are capable to handle that all the situations. You are not going to get effect because of other negativity. You are not going to hurt, or you are not going to break because of others' behavior. You are not going to disturb because of others' reactions. You are not going to depend according to the others' opinions. That is what is developing yourself. This mindset is important. So then always remember and practice yourself. It's a practicing meditation, few minutes, 1 hour per day is not a kind of, it is important, but all the time when you have this kind of mindset, what will happen by the time? The roots going to become stronger with the loving kindness, compassion, equanimity, sympathetic joy. And once you stand with that, once your foundation become like that, anywhere you go, whatever the situation come, and you are capable to handle it and go through that and get the best out of it. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your. So keep your back straight, please. Neck head straight in one line. And be comfortable with your posture. Bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens through the sensation, recognize it. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as we can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding ourselves like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart, forward, visualize yourself and send it as a light. Your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, to spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Tavata chami sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya imaya dhammanudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribundisami idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Please.